Here's the record. The stenographer arrives before the judge. This is important, not legally, spiritually. The building does not fully exist until someone begins recording it. The courthouse rises from the morning fog like a hangover granted architectural form. Limestone stained the color of old nicotine. Brass handles polished by generations of desperate fingerprints. The flag outside hangs limp as a surrendered organ. The stenographer unlocks courtroom B. The courtroom unlocks him. He carries a briefcase full of transcripts and a bloodstream full of heroin. Not enough heroin, never enough heroin, enough to arrive, not enough to stay. This is the mathematics of the thing. The mathematics never chain. The machine waits on its little desk. The stenograph machine. The keys resemble teeth. Everything resembles teeth if you stare long enough. The stenographer knows this. The stenographer stares for a living. The judge arrives. The lawyers arrive. The defendants arrive. The prosecutors arrive. The bailiffs arrive. Everyone takes their assigned seat. Everyone assumes their assigned role. Everyone enters the choreography. The stenographer begins recording. The machine clicks. The machine chatters. The machine consumes language. A defendant says, "I didn't do it." Machine eats the sentence. A prosecutor says, "The state intends to prove." The machine eats the sentence. A witness, "Swear to tell the truth." Machine eats the sentence. The machine has been eating truth and lies for 23 years and appears equally nourished by both. This bothers him not morally, aesthetically. Outside the courtroom he is falling apart. Inside the courtroom, everything has margins. Everything has procedure. Everything has a place. Even guilt gets numbered exhibits, especially guilt. At lunch he disappears. No one notices. The courthouse specializes in disappearance. Evidence disappears. Memories disappear. Years disappear. Entire lives vanish into file cabinets. One stenographer more or less hardly registers. He walks 3 blocks through rain. The city smells like diesel fuel and wet cardboard. The city smells like every promise ever broken by a man in a necktie. There is a motel. The motel has no name. Or perhaps it has a name that gave up. The sign buzzes. The sign flickers. The sign appears to be dying in several dimensions, simultaneously. Room 17. Always room 17. The woman is already there. She is smoking beside the window. The window overlooks an alley full of puddles attempting suicide. Neither of them asks questions. Questions are expensive. Answers are worse. They sit together. The heroine arrives. The afternoon arrives. The rain arrives. Everything arrives eventually. That is the problem. The room softens. The walls drift backward. The stains on the ceiling become a map of countries that never survived history. The woman says something. The words float through him like fish through dark water. He nods. He may have agreed. He may have confessed. He may have ordered lunch. Language is becoming theoretical. The room fills with silence. Not empty silence, occupied silence. Silence carrying furniture. Silence carrying freight. Silence carrying the accumulated weight of every lonely person who ever rented a room by the hour. The heroine opens its velvet curtains. The heroine says, Look how tired you are. Look how tired you've always been. Look how tired the world is. The heroine is a liar. The heroine is also correct. These things are not mutually exclusive. Hours later, he returns to court. The afternoon docket, custody hearings, evictions, petty theft, assault, divorce. A parade of human weather. The machine clicks. The machine records. The machine does not sigh. The stenographer does enough sighing for both of them. A woman cries, recorded. A man screams, recorded. A child asks a question no one can answer, recorded. Every heartbreak enters the record. None of it leaves. The transcripts accumulate in boxes. The boxes accumulate in storage. The storage rooms accumulate years. Somewhere beneath the courthouse, he suspects, there's a basement filled entirely with language, millions of pages, millions of sentences, a geological layer of testimony, a sedimentary rock made from human misery. Future civilizations will excavate it. They will conclude we worshipped paperwork. They will not be entirely wrong. Near 5 o'clock, he notices something strange. The judge's mouth moves. The lawyers' mouths move. The witnesses' mouths move. But the voices are coming from somewhere else. The ceiling, perhaps. The vents, the fluorescent lights, the building itself. The courthouse is speaking through them. The courthouse is conducting business. The humans are merely subtitles. This realization does not alarm him. The heroine has made alarm difficult. The heroine has wrapped alarm in blankets and put it to bed years ago. The day ends, everyone leaves. The courtroom empties. The silence remains. The stenographer sits alone. The machine rests beneath his fingers. The machine is waiting. The machine is always waiting. Looks at the blank page. The blank page looks back. For a moment, he imagines that every word he has ever recorded has been a single sentence, one enormous sentence, one endless statement spoken by the world itself. A testimony without a conclusion, a confession without a crime, a prayer without a God. Outside, darkness settles over the city. The neon signs ignite. The bars fill. The motel waits. Room 17 waits. The woman waits. The needle waits. Everyone is waiting. The stenographer closes his case. The locks click shut. A satisfying sound. The sound of containment. The sound of things remaining where they belong. The sound of a lie. Because nothing remains where it belongs. Not grief, not desire, not memory, not him. He turns off the courtroom lights. The darkness immediately takes its old seat behind the bench. It has been presiding here longer than any judge. It will remain after all appeals have been exhausted. The darkness knows procedure. The darkness knows precedent. The darkness knows exactly what happened. The darkness does not require a transcript. The darkness was there. The darkness has always been there. The stenographer closes the door. The latch clicks. The record ends. The record continues. The record always fucking continues.